Hello everyone, this is Jeff Clark bringing you another unboxing video. A few days ago I got this large box from the Aviation Megastore in the Netherlands, and as anybody that's got stuff from there knows, only good things come in these boxes, so I'm happy to have got a couple of new items. Let's see what we got here. So we got a bunch of packing peanuts. What I'm going to have to get a box to take care of those. And as you can see, Aviation Megastore does a nice job with their packaging, make sure nothing gets damaged on the way. And you can see here I've got this Iberia Airbus A340-600, and I'm going to unbox that here in a moment. And that Iberia 340-600 is from JC Wings. And some of you may recall I did post a video recently where I unboxed that same aircraft, but the Phoenix models version. So we're actually going to get a chance to compare one to the other. So part of my order from the Aviation Megastore also included this JC Wings Airbus A340-600 in the Iberia livery, the older livery, not the new one. And nothing particularly exciting about the box other than the Iberia livery itself and the aircraft, but no additional pictures is what I meant. But JC Wings does a nice job with their packaging in general. And this basically looks like the almost exact same packaging as the Aviation Retail Direct and the In-Flight 200. So kind of interesting. And some of you may have seen my recent video where I did an unboxing of the Airbus A340-600 from Phoenix models. And in reviewing that, I kind of decided that I would like to get the JC Wings version as well. I've had a couple of other models from JC Wings and they've been really nice, so I figured that'd be a good way to go. Here's our package with the gear. And the covers as well. If you decide to go in the in-flight configuration. I like to put the gear on them because it adds a little bit of extra detail in my opinion. So, and all my other models are all in the landing gear down configuration. JC Wings doing a really nice job with the stand, as are a few other organizations. Aviation Retail Direct, In-Flight 200, doing custom stands for the actual aircraft that's on there. So that's a really nice touch. And it's got this blue protective film just to keep it from becoming scratched. We got a protective pad for the fuselage. And this seems to be pretty strong. I'm putting quite a fair amount of force on there, so that's always good to see. This is wood. let's take a look here. Nice One World sticker. Oh, and the IATA symbol on there as well. I think I saw that on the other model I have, but that doesn't mean that the IATA symbol is on the other model in real life. So one thing I noticed about the Phoenix was that there was some paint defect, almost like the transfer had folded on itself or something, but this just looks great. The engine they sell is properly painted, and the paint looks good. The detail on the engine looks really good. The A340-600 was the longest aircraft until the 747-8 came out, but it's only a few feet shorter. This engine detail is really nice. And it's interesting, they've actually put some of the bluing that would normally appear as the engines get hot and the exhaust heats up. It eventually gets this blue kind of appearance on it instead of the what I would guess would be steel. And it's really nice that they've done that. Gives it an extra special touch. Nice job. And this is EC-JOH. I was on EC-JCY flying from Chicago to Madrid. And the other Phoenix model is EC-IOB, but they're both A340-642, I believe. My seat was right in this area here. I had a window seat, at least for takeoff. Tail's nicely done. And the APU on this is much nicer. Quite a lot of detail there. And on the top surface we have the antenna there, antenna here, a jewel beacon. I think this is the ADF beacon, and it is 3D. We have another antenna here, and even notice the detail in the paint here traveling down in the colored area of the livery. Good detail on the wipers too. And I got this model from the Aviation Megastore, and I had them notify me when they had one available, so I was able to pick this one up. I've been looking for the A340-600 and the 200 scale for a number of years because I flew on it in 2012, so I really wanted to kind of get this in the collection, but it hasn't been available. And then Phoenix came out with one that I ordered from Waffle Collectibles, and it took about 3 months for it to show up. And this one, when I ordered it, because it was in stock, showed up in about 4 or 5 days from the Netherlands to the United States. And the detail here on this cargo door, just really, really nice. It's very crisp, clear. And again, the starboard side engines have a great amount of detail to them. Fan blades look really nice. Detail on the bulk door, again, really good. Rear cargo door, really good. And a dual beacon antenna, 2 antennas here. The dual beacon here is a nice feature, and the Phoenix has a painted on beacon, so obviously I prefer the dual. The markings look really good. There's our 3rd antenna. And the doors on the APU housing look really nice. A little bubble there you might be able to just about make out. It's quite small, but still visible. And the wings have the "do not step outside this area" marking on them, but do not have the exit pathway, which I think is on the Phoenix models, although I'm not sure if it's missing on this particular model or if it's not on this particular registration. I'll have to look at some pictures and see. But again, the 3D representation of the flaps and spoilers is really good. And the strakes on the engines. Interior of the engine has a lot of good detail. And the nacelle really fits in there nice. This detail right here is just really good. The way that 2 parts blend into each other. Very nice. And the Airbus wingtip. Yeah, the fuel dump valve looks really nice. So overall, in comparison to the Phoenix, I think the JC Wings is much more, or as detailed with more additional detail, which is good. And even though they're about the same price, actually this one was a little bit cheaper than the Phoenix, so I'm glad that it looks so good. And I'm not sure what I'll do the other one. I'll probably just retain both of them for my collection, but we shall see. Well, let me put this gear on here and we'll check out the stand and see how she looks. And the 340 has a single center bogey. These roll and tilt. I think they're actually metal. Got a little pivot here. And this particular aircraft, EC-JOH, was actually flying into Quito, Ecuador, and was heavily damaged after a very hard landing that resulted in the aircraft overrunning the end of the runway and having to subsequently be written off due to the damage it received. EC-JOH. Actually, this wing was broken off of the wing, or this engine, excuse me, and this one was almost separated from the wing. Fortunately, everyone survived and there were no serious injuries. And this gear looks a bit different from the Phoenix, and I think it's probably actually mostly due to the aircraft itself. But I do like the way that they have done the nose gear here. Kind of goes up into that recess, so it looks a bit more realistic. And the gear looks pretty good. A little off on the bogies here, but overall not too bad. Again, that exhaust is just a nice touch. Looks really cool. See how the stand looks here. A little bit of play, not enough to touch the center bogey, which is good. And the model sits straight and even. Has a really good stance to it. Might actually need to be toned down a little bit. Maybe just bend the stand just a bit to tone down the amount of the aggressive position it's in. It does have quite a bit of pitch, so I would guess it would be a more of a takeoff type of view. But it looks really nice. Not sure, but I think maybe the A340 has a couple of beacons up here similar to the A380, but I'd need to look at some pictures of the real thing. And this is Miguel De Unamuno. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, probably not. But he was an essayist, poet, playwright, professor from Spain. Well, it looks really good. Might actually get the Phoenix out and put them next to each other just to take a few pictures in comparison, but I'm very happy with the JC Wings model. It's going to make a great addition to my collection, and I'm looking forward to putting it in the case with the other models. As it turns out, the EC-JOH does not have the exit path painted on the wing. It's actually about 3 years newer than EC-IOB, so I think there's a few differences in the paintwork that explains some of the variation that I'm seeing here between the two models. But they still look really good. So thanks again for watching.